Welcome everyone to the most wonderful one, entire month celebration known as Damodar Hunt. And it's called, there are many names to this one, but it's called Damodar Mas for one particular reason. This month is known as month of Kartik also, and Kartik is the month of Srimati Radharani. So Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita says that he is Magshi amongst all the months. And Kartik comes a month before Magshi, and that's the month of Radharani. However, this is month of Radharani. We still celebrate Krishna because we always celebrate Krishna. We teach reason to celebrate Krishna. And what pleases Radharani most is when we come together to see her Krishna. That should be our mood, that whenever we are trying to serve Krishna, we should request Srimati Radharani that please allow us to serve your Krishna. We'll recite the Mangalacharan prayers before getting into the glories of this month. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Thapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadkamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namah Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vangsha Kalpatarubhyaksha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So this particular month which we are celebrating, month of Kartik, why it belongs to Radharani? Because one of the name of Radharani is Kartika, and on her name the month gets the name. However, as devotees, we celebrate it more as a Damodar Mas, because there is one particular Leela which took place in this particular month on the day of Dipavali. It's Kartik Amavasya. So that comes exactly in the middle of the month. So this month started 2 days back, and after 13 days we will have Amavasya, and that's the day when we celebrate Dipavali. And on this particular day, one very, very transcendental pastime that took place. However, today when we will hear, this is how we always do, this is how we should always listen to the pastime. Though it's called pastime, for us it should always be the present time, it should not be the pastime. So pastime of Krishna which took place, we'll try to meditate on the pastime. Most of us may be knowing this pastime already. It's not about what we know, it's about how we want to meditate and be there to witness this Leela of Lord Krishna and how he got the name Damodar. So on the day of Dipavali, Mother Yashoda, she was thinking that it's Dipavali, and for Mother Yashoda, everything she wants is for Krishna. And Krishna is sleeping in his room. When I say we'll say everything in the present tense. If I by mistake go into past tense, please forgive me because we are meditating. Krishna's pastimes are eternally happening. It's still going on in the spiritual world. So Mother Yashoda is thinking that it's Dipavali and it's time for me to make sweets for my Kana, for my Krishna. To her Krishna, she calls him by different name, and Kana is one of the name. So I have to cook for my Kana. And for that, the most important or the favorite of her Kana is the butter. She thinks that let me churn the butter, the fresh butter. So she sits in front of the wooden mortar and she's churning the butter from the yogurt. While churning, she is still thinking about her Krishna only. Though Krishna is sleeping in the room, but she is thinking, and Acharyas have beautifully described how Mother Yashoda meditates on every movement, every activity of Krishna. So when she is churning, she is wearing beautiful jewelry which is shining. She is wearing lots of flowers in her hair. She is having many bangles in her wrist. And when she is churning, there is a beautiful sound, how it's a grinding mortar when we churn. We all are used to of mixers, but this is manual mixie. So there is a rod and there is a rope with which she is churning, and there is a beautiful sound that is being generated by her bangles. Her flowers from her hair, they are falling on the floor. Acharya says why the flowers fall when Mother Yashoda churns. Because flowers want to touch feet of Mother Yashoda. They also want to touch because Mother Yashoda is most exalted in this entire universe, in this entire spiritual world, because there is only one person who is able to catch Krishna, and that's Mother Yashoda. So the flowers are falling and trying to touch her feet, and at the same time Krishna is now awake and he starts crawling and he comes, and like any other child, he wants his mother's attention. Even after so many attempts, Mother Yashoda is still trying to finish the work because she knows that I have to feed my Kana the best of yogurt. And so she is not paying much attention to Krishna. But after Krishna is most stubborn. We all have some kind of stubbornness in ourselves. And everything that we have comes from Krishna. So if we are stubborn, imagine how stubborn can be Krishna. He's most stubborn. So he is demanding, and then finally Mother Yashoda picks him up after lots of wait. And she starts feeding him, and immediately there is a milk which is there in the kitchen on the stove. And this milk starts feeling jealous. Now we'll think how milk can feel jealous. In Krishna's pastime, everything has life. Everything is personified. So milk is feeling jealous. I am here being cooked for Krishna, but Krishna is not paying any attention to me. And then this milk starts saying, Krishna, come here, otherwise I'll jump off this vessel. And Krishna is not ready. Milk says, I'll jump. Milk is like that devotee who is trying to blackmail, and Krishna is not listening. Finally, Milk gets extremely angry and jumps out of the pot. And Mother Yashoda hears that sound. Krishna is not listening, but Mother Yashoda is listening to the request of a devotee who is jumping, and Mother Yashoda puts Krishna aside and runs to save that milk, because that milk is a devotee. This is what Acharyas has given. For us, we may think, how come a milk is so important to Mother Yashoda than Krishna? Because milk represents devotee, and Mother Yashoda being mother, she runs to save that milk. And now is the time when Krishna gets extremely angry. One, she was not picking him up earlier. After so many requests, when she finally got her attention, again she's back to her work. And that makes Krishna very angry. This is called, we all have this propensity of demanding or seeking the attention. It comes from Krishna. All the qualities we will meditate comes from Krishna. How as a child we want our mother's attention. How as a child we want our father's attention. How even if we are not a child, as an adult we might want attention of our friend, anyone who is important in our life. And that attention-seeking propensity comes from Krishna. And when we don't get that attention, we get, first thing, angry. And that's what Krishna starts getting angry. So whenever your friend or anyone gets angry with you, it's the person is not getting the attention. And the person wants that. So it's okay. We have everything from Krishna. Now Krishna is very angry, and he thinks, okay, mother, you are not paying me the attention. Now see what all I will do. He picks a stone, and first thing, he breaks that pot to which Mother Yashoda was dedicating her time, churning the butter. I'll break this pot because of this pot, you are not paying attention, I'll break it. And Krishna breaks the pot. So what is this pot for us? It's the pot of our attachment. For Mother Yashoda, there is everything we can derive from these pastime. Whatever things we are attached to, if that becomes an obstacle, then Krishna will come personally and break those attachments. So it is very wise that we don't get attached to things, people, situations. Otherwise, Krishna will come and break everything. So Krishna breaks the pot. And after breaking, it's not enough. Krishna wants to do more. So he decides that, okay, let me go and destroy all the butter which she has made in last few days. Not just today's work. I'll destroy her week's work, maybe. That's dangerous, Krishna is. He's very dangerous. So he goes in the room inside where all the butter pots are stored, and he starts breaking first. After breaking few, now he decides, let me feed my friends. So he calls his brother Balram and all the friends. He's calling them. They all are here. And Krishna is giving butter to all his gopas. Now gopas are full. They are human. They have some capacity. What to do? Krishna wants to finish entire attachment for the devotee. Mother Yashoda is the topmost devotee. So he cannot leave single spoon of attachment. Even after feeding, it's remaining. Okay. Then he calls his more best friends, monkeys. Now I will feed all of you. And all the monkeys are having the best party ever. So monkeys are what monkeys represent. Monkeys represents those thieves, plunderers who will come in our life and take our wealth and attachments and things away from us. Krishna will send them. Krishna will call all these monkeys and they will take everything to which we are attached. They can come in form of course, human for us, not monkeys. Krishna is feeding all the monkeys and now Mother Yashoda comes back. And when she sees this butter pot is gone, she is very happy. We think that Mother Yashoda is angry. Mother Yashoda can never be angry with Krishna. She is happy because it gives her so much bliss that this gave Krishna a moment of pleasure. How nicely he would have picked the stone, how nicely he would have thrown, and what is his accuracy that he was able to break it. So everything Krishna does, Mother Yashoda always praises. So what is there for us as mothers? Always the fathers complain that we spoil our children. From where that propensity come? It comes from Mother Yashoda. All mothers, we spoil our children. Whatever they do, we always like it, and then we take them in front of the father as if they have achieved some big trophy. So that comes from Mother Yashoda in all the mothers. So now she is very happy, but still to discipline the child, she thinks, no, it's my duty. Krishna is getting very naughty now. So she goes in the room where Krishna is there, and Krishna is very busy eating butter, more than eating, feeding his friends and monkeys, and Mother Yashoda is coming from behind. Now Krishna's back is towards Mother Yashoda. He can't see her, but her friends, Balram and monkeys are able to see. So they all immediately, they are now running. Monkeys, friends, Balram, only Krishna is remaining in the room. And when Krishna hears these footsteps, earlier he was not able to hear, but now he is able to hear. And Mother Yashoda is walking from behind. And now Krishna is realizing that, oh, Mother is here. He looks back, he's just turning back and he's seeing that Mother Yashoda is holding a big stick in her hand. And now Krishna is, what happens to Krishna? He is very scared. Krishna is the source of all the fear. Everything, not only good things. He is fear personified. If Krishna comes as Lord Narsimha Dev, what is the situation? Everyone was scared of Narsimha Dev's appearance. That Krishna, that Narsimha Dev who was, no one was able to come in front of him. That scary was his form. And now same Krishna is getting scared by a gopi, Mother Yashoda. And he starts running now. So he is jumping off the mortar and he is running. And Mother Yashoda is running behind him. And it's a long chase which is going on. It is said that this started in the morning and this chase was going on till late afternoon, or sometime it says evening. So this chase is going on, Krishna is running and Mother Yashoda is running. Krishna is a child, of course he is very energetic. Mother Yashoda is elderly. It's described that she had a heavy body and she was, because of age, it was difficult. But despite all her limitations, she was not ready to give up. She was just running, and Krishna is running. So this shows that Krishna is expert runner. And it is very difficult for devotees to get hold of Krishna. It's very difficult. So who can get hold of Krishna? Who is the best runner? You have to be best runner to get hold of Krishna? No. Then what is needed? Best devotee, yes. What else? Best? Yeah. So Mother Yashoda was not a runner. Still, she was able to get hold of Krishna. Her only qualification is that she was very determined. She was determined to catch Krishna. And that is what is most important. So now Mother Yashoda is, in our meditation, is running and Krishna is very fearful. And finally Mother Yashoda is able to get hold of him. And she brings him to this wooden mortar. It's a big mortar. It's like a pole, a big one, where Mother Yashoda says, now Krishna, because you are being so naughty, you are just running and you are spoiling everything. It's time for me to punish you. And I'll bind you now and you'll stay here for entire day. Your entire Deepavali will be celebrated here. And Krishna is, what is happening, Mother? And she starts bringing the rope and she tries to bind the Krishna. Now this binding pastime gives Krishna the name Damodara. Dam in Sanskrit is rope and Udar is Krishna's belly. Because Krishna is being bound, Mother Yashoda is trying to bind Krishna with rope. So whatever Krishna does, for every Leela he gets a name. If he kills someone, he is called Madhusudan. If he is a favorite of someone, he is called Gopi Jana Vallabha. If he is with cows, he is called Gopala. If he is being bound by a rope, he is called Damodar. So everything gives Krishna a new name every day. So Krishna is called Damodar because of this reason. So Mother is binding Krishna, but every time what is happening is that the rope is falling short. She is trying to put a knot. She is bringing her hands around the belly and the mortar. But when she is trying to put the knot, the rope is falling short by 2 fingers. She gets more rope and she is queen of Vrija. She has everything. Imagine how much rope she can get. She brought all the ropes, whatever she had, still not able to bind Krishna. Now all the elderly gopis and especially the gopis to whom Krishna used to trouble every day because he is stealing. We will give you more rope, Mother. They are very excited now. You want rope? We'll give you more rope. And everyone is bringing rope from their house to give. And Mother Yashoda is taking the rope and trying to add the rope and then again trying to bind Krishna. But Krishna it's impossible to get that one circle around Krishna's belly. Why? Krishna's belly is not like our belly. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has shown his entire Vishvarupa. Entire existence, the creation is inside Krishna, is inside Krishna's belly. So everything which is inside Krishna's belly, how we can bind that, the holder of entire existence? But Mother Yashoda is trying. She is trying so hard that now she is sweating very hard. It is the Bhagavatam describes how she starts becoming a bit of a breathless also because of running, and it's getting really. And now because she is so determined, even if she is tired, she is not ready to let go. But this 2-finger short rope is going on and on and on, and now at one point Krishna thinks, enough. I'm ready. You can bind me, Mother. And that's the time when Mother is now binding Krishna. So there are 2 things. In this 2-finger short, what is for us, what these 2 fingers represent, 1 finger is, if we say the 2 finger, one is short and one is bit longer. So the shorter finger represents our determination, which Mother Yashoda had. So our determination is very important, but still it is a shorter finger. What is a longer finger? Krishna's mercy. However we think we have, until Krishna is ready, until Krishna is pleased, we cannot catch Krishna. So we have to have our determination. At the same time, we have to pray that Krishna, be merciful. I don't have any determination, any capability, any devotion, any qualification to catch you. For that we have to pray every day to our Guru and to Krishna, and more than that to Srimati Radharani. Because Radharani is very merciful. If we pray to Radharani that please allow us to bind your Krishna, Krishna cannot say no to Radharani. Husband cannot say no to his wife. So that's a very nice trick. If we want to get hold of Krishna, we have to pray to Radharani. And this month is all prayers to Radharani. So now Krishna is here, successfully bound. And in some time we'll be singing a prayer called as Damodarashtakam. In that it's a beautiful description how Krishna is crying and is rubbing his lotus eyes, which he is turning black because the kajal applied on his eyes is coming off. And he has made a very beautiful circle, the black round circle, just by rubbing. And Acharya says those black circle which has formed looks exactly like the form of Jagannath Ji. So if we see Jagannath Ji's form, he has big round eyes. So Krishna is looking like, this is a bhava of Acharyas actually. So if Acharya is in a bhav, is in a mood of serving Lord Jagannath, they will only see Jagannath in Krishna's every form. So Acharyas are able to see Jagannath Ji in this form actually. So Krishna is crying, doing all things to convince his mother that I am helpless, I am innocent, please forgive me. But mother is not ready. And she says that now you stay here until evening, till then I finish my all the work. And she leaves. So Krishna is alone, bound to the mortar. And now he is thinking, earlier my mother was not paying attention to me. Then she ignored me after giving some attention. Then she showed me a big stick, and now she has bound me like a cattle. And then gopis also started coming and started teasing Krishna. These were young gopis. They were coming and teasing, Krishna, you look very beautiful here. And now Krishna's ego is getting hurt. If we get punished alone, it's okay. But if we get punished in front of everyone, it's a big problem. Our parents can shout at us alone, but if they shout at us in front of everyone, it's a big scene. So Krishna is now more angry because everyone is looking at him and gopis are making fun of him. So he thinks, okay, I will do more. And this is the time when Krishna starts crawling again. So when he starts crawling, the wooden mortar is falling now and is rolling behind him. Krishna is only 3-year-old in this Leela which is going on. So Krishna is crawling, this wooden mortar is rolling behind him. And there are 2 trees which are standing in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj for a long, long time. For thousands of years it is said, because these trees have their own pastime. They are demigods, Nalkuvar and Manigriv, who were cursed by Narad Muni for their offenses of not paying respect to a saint. So quickly we'll just go into the pastime of Nalkuvar also, so that we understand what is the history. So Nalkuvar and Manigriv, they are sons of Kubera. And because of too much money, beauty and opulence, they were having a lot of pride. So once they were enjoying in the garden, in the lake with the damsels of heavenly planet. And at that time they were intoxicated also. And Narad Muni happens to come there. So out of etiquette, these ladies, they immediately pays their obeisances and they leaves the place. But these 2, Nalkuvar and Manigriv, they were so intoxicated, they were not able to realize the presence of Narad Muni. So these Nalkuvar and Manigriv also represents us. This is a situation of all the jivas who are intoxicated by the shining Maya in form of money, fame, name, whatever. So all these things represents Manigriva and Nalkuvar are very high exalted demigods actually. All these pastimes are for us, because if these demigods can fall down, because of some opulence, some fame, what is our situation? So we have to be very, very careful. The more we have, more the chances are that we may fall down. And the biggest offense which they did was they didn't pay the respect to Narad Muni. So Narad Muni decided that they need to learn, and so he curses them that because you are so shameless, you are standing in front of me naked, though I am a saint, I curse you that you become tree. Because trees are always standing naked, they can't wear anything, they have low consciousness, and your consciousness, though you are demigod, is so much fallen as tree only. So when Narad Muni is cursing, immediately these demigods comes to their sense and they ask for forgiveness. And that time Narad Muni says, I forgive you and you will be trees in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And in future, in different yuga, this is different yuga. So in future, after many, many years, when Lord Krishna will appear in his actual form, Krishna has many, many forms, Krishna has many, many incarnations, but actual Swarup of Krishna is one who is holding the flute, two-handed form of Krishna. That's the eternal actual Swarupa of Krishna. So when Krishna will come, not as Narsimha, not as Vaman, not as Parashuram, but as Krishna himself, that's the time you will be liberated. So Narad Muni is, though it looks like that it's a curse, but it's a benediction. It became a benediction for these two demigods because they got audience of Krishna and they got liberated. So many times in our life, when we are too much intoxicated by our own engagements, our own wealth, that's the time when Krishna sends their representative, and that representative will, in some way or other, will give us an opportunity to get Krishna's audience. So that's what happened with them. So these trees now are there in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj, and Krishna is crawling. And he goes exactly in between these two Arjuna trees. And this wooden mortar, because it's horizontally rolling, it gets stuck. It's a big mortar actually. So it gets stuck, and now Krishna gives a slight pull, and both the trees are falling. And it is described that the sound was too loud that it was, all the Vrajvasis were able to hear this sound for miles. All the Vrajvasis, immediately after hearing this sound, they are running towards the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And of course, Mother Yashoda, she starts running. Nanda Maharaj, he starts running. And when they see that Krishna, the baby child, is sitting safely and these two trees have fallen, they were like, first they were worried, they picked Krishna and then they're looking at Krishna. But before this, something else has happened. So what is happening now? When Krishna is pulling, no one is seeing Krishna. But these two demigods who are there in the trees locked, immediately they are released. And when they come out, they start offering their prayer. And this prayer of Nalkuvar is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. So on my left hand side we have this Srimad Bhagavatam. Whatever I am speaking today, everything comes from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is one of our Puran. It's not just Puran, it's called Mahapuran. There are 18 Puranas, 4 Vedas, 108 Upanishads. All these scriptures are building blocks of our life. But it's not possible for us to understand everything because of our limited capabilities and limited time. Vedas are extremely difficult to understand, and that's why Vedvyas understood that there has to be something that will give the actual message, which is our devotion to Krishna, which will take us back to Godhead. And that message will be delivered by this Mahapuran, which is called as Srimad Bhagavatam. So this Bhagavatam, this Krishna's pastime is this Damodar Leela, and all the pastimes are there in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam has 12 cantos, जिसे हिंदी में स्कंद बोलते हैं. There are 12 skandhas in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have all 12 skandhas here, 12 cantos. These 12 cantos are divided into 18 books. So what you all can see, this is an entire Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran, which is a set of 18 books. So these books were personally translated by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada took lots of pain to write these books for us to read and understand actual message behind appearance of different, there are many incarnations, but what is the actual message? The entire knowledge can be transmitted only when we read these scriptures. So this was Srila Prabhupada's effort of not just one day. Srila Prabhupada was 65-year-old when he started writing Srimad Bhagavatam. At the age of 65, I'm not 65, but this is what I have heard, that it becomes difficult to read at the age. And Prabhupada started translating a mammoth Granth. And how he translated, it's not easy because this is in Sanskrit. To translate it into Hindi or English or any other language which we can understand, it needs lots of effort, lots of knowledge. So how Prabhupada did this translation, he used to sleep only 2 hours every day. So his entire day schedule was, during daytime he used to go door to door asking people to chant, to read, also meeting the publishers to print his books. But there was no book. He started meeting publishers that please print my book. And he started just translating first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. And how he used to translate? In the night he used to just sleep for 2 hours, and from 1 a.m. he'll be awake and he'll be translating till 4. At 4 he'll do his daily offerings. He'll go for Mangala Aarti. He will do all the whatever his schedule was in the Damodar temple in Vrindavan. And again he will come back, he will have his meal and he'll start translating, and then he will go out to preach again. So he was sleeping only 2 hours and he was personally handwriting all these scriptures for us to read. And so Prabhupada finished this Bhagavatam. So he started before a long time, before he traveled to America. And then for 11 years, from the age of 69, and he left at the age of 81. So for all those years, he was extensively preaching around the world. One day we will hear about Prabhupada more, probably when it's Prabhupada's appearance day or disappearance day, which is coming soon. So in 11 years, now he's aging, he's 69, 72, 75, 79, age is going on, but he's still translating. Night he was not ready to sleep. Day he's preaching, night he's translating, because he wanted to finish his Srimad Bhagavatam. His entire mood was that how many temples I have, how many disciples I have, I want to finish the translation of my book. If you ever get a chance, you will find the last days of Srila Prabhupada when he was on his deathbed. He was about to leave. This was in Vrindavan, 1977, October. So when he left on 14th November 1977. So in October when he was there, he's on the bed. Still he was translating Srimad Bhagavatam. His disciples are sitting close to him, holding this recorder, and he is speaking and he is translating 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. That was his dedication till his last days. Only for a last week he was trying to say, and devotees, they did best to cover. So till 10th canto first part, everything is translated by Srila Prabhupada. And remaining 2 cantos, 11th and 12th, his disciple finished after he departed. So that much was Srila Prabhupada's conviction to finish Bhagavatam. Why? Was he going to read that Bhagavatam? No. He wrote that Bhagavatam for us, so that we understand what is the real meaning of life, what is the actual purpose of our life, why we are here. And whenever his disciples asked him, Prabhupada, give us something, one instruction, what you want us to do? Prabhupada said, chant and distribute my books. That was his instruction. He wanted each and every disciple to chant and distribute his books. So today we have this Srimad Bhagavatam set. It's available here for display. Before you leave, I would request just have a look. If you want, you can invite Srimad Bhagavatam to your house in this auspicious month of Kartik. All you have to do is, on the welcome desk, just give your details, your address, your name. If you want the Srimad Bhagavatam to come to your house, we will come to your house. We will do the installation of Srimad Bhagavatam. Installation means what? It's called Pratishtha. Like the deity is installed, Krishna and Radha's deity is installed in the temple. Similarly, Srimad Bhagavatam must be installed or must be given by a hand of a pure devotee. Then the installation is complete. So we will come, we will do installation in your home. We will do all the Kirtan and Deepdan also, which we are going to do here now in the hall. We will come to your house and we will do the Deepdan. Before that, we will do the Srimad Bhagavatam installation. So if you are interested, if you feel like taking this Bhagavatam home, this Kartik, please give your details at the welcome desk to Jayesh Prabhu, Deepak Prabhu, whoever is there. Your address. There are some days in Kartik when we can come, which they will be able to give you the details, which days we can come and do the installation. This will be an evening program like we are doing now. Some of you must have seen this house Deepdan program before last year, which we did in the houses. This year we will do exclusively in case if you invite Srimad Bhagavatam to your house. So have a look, and more details you can get from the welcome desk. Also you can come to me after the program to understand what is Srimad Bhagavatam, how you can take it home, and what all needs to be done. So this pastime which we are hearing, the Damodar Leela, comes from Srimad Bhagavatam. And this Nal Kuber, who is offering prayer to Krishna now because they are released, this prayer is also coming from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is collection of many, many prayers of the devotees done for Lord Krishna. Full of prayers. And we have heard of many prayers like Gajendra Moksha, so many prayers, Gopi Geet, many, many prayers, they come from Srimad Bhagavatam only. So all these prayers are there in detail in Sanskrit, in English, the translation and purports by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So Nal Kuber is offering the prayers and Krishna is listening, and Krishna giving the benediction that now you can go back to your abode, and in the next life you will become a pure devotee. Immediately you can't become a pure devotee. You can go back, practice, and then you will become a pure devotee. And that's how they were liberated. And now Krishna is there still bound to this wooden mortar, and Mother Yashoda is here hesitant, scared, because she did bound Krishna. So Nand Maharaj is picking Krishna and is looking at Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda, though she is feeling guilty in her heart, at the same time she is happy that her Krishna is safe. But even when Mother Yashoda comes and tries to get hold of Krishna, Acharya says Krishna is still bound to this wooden mortar, still bound. So that is very important. Krishna always remains bind. By what? That binding is binding of love. Krishna can only be bound by pure love of his pure devotee. So we need to develop that love. By our own endeavor we cannot, but by mercy of Guru, Vaishnavas and Krishna himself, we can develop that love. So today we all have gathered here for this Deepdan. What is Deepdan? Deepdan means offering diyas, offering lamps to Krishna in his form of Damodar. So he is worshipped in many, many forms, but in this month in form of his Damodar, where he is being bound by the rope of
love of his mother Yashoda. So we must offer these lamps every day in this month of Kartik. Kartik has just begun. It's there till 15th of November. So I request everyone every evening just offer one ghee lamp to Krishna in your home. To Krishna's deity, Krishna's photo. If you don't have anything, just have one picture of Krishna on your mobile, and you can offer the lamp to mobile also. It's not very difficult. So every evening please offer lamps. And also if you happen to be here again, on 10th of November we are again going to have the Deepdan here, where we all can come together and offer Deep for Krishna in his Damodar form. So this is where the past time finishes, but our present time should not finish. Our present time should continue. Our meditation should continue. Not just this program is over and the meditation is over. It should continue for entire month. Not just entire month, entire year. Not just entire year, entire life. So this meditation should go on.